Hi there. Welcome to Platform and Possibilities. I'm your host, Corinne J. Phipps Benjamin. And as always, I'm delighted for the opportunity to share with you on this platform. As you may know, Platform and Possibilities seeks to inform, to enlighten, to educate, and to inspire. And we often make it our business to present to you experts who can speak about their service or particular business that will impact or benefit you, the listener. Today, I have with me Mervyn Boone. Mervyn Boone Jr. is a regional vice president and investment advisor. He has been in the industry, finance industry, for quite a few years, well over 15 years, right, Mervyn?
18 to be exact.
18 to be exact. And he owns a financial brokerage in New York with over 2,000 clients. Currently has $33 million in assets under management, over 400 million of life insurance in force. This is a lot of information, Marvin. So I hope you will be able to break it down to us how all this will benefit listeners at a time, by the way, this is Black History Month. And, one of the reasons we thought you would make a really good conversation informative is that the theme for Black History Month is actually Black health and wellness. And so when we think about our health and our wellness, we think the physical piece.
Yes.
But I thought that you could bring to us shed some light on the financial piece. So we really want to thank you for coming and offering us a piece of you and your business. And we trust that this chit chat will open up some opportunities for you and for the listeners. So take it away, Mervyn. Tell us a bit of who Mervyn Boone is and why this particular industry.
Okay, no problem. Thank you first for having me on. It's a pleasure. Hopefully, what I share with someone can make an impact in a positive way. Um, I'm from the Bronx, New York. Lived there majority of my life. I come from a Caribbean household. My father's from St. Kitts, he's electrical engineer. My mom is from Dominican Republic. So yes, I'm half West Indian, half Hispanic. I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately, but I was able to get by because I'll tell you in a second. Mom was a stay-at-home mom, worked at a law library, raising three of us. I have two younger sisters. So now today, I live in Westchester County, and what I find a lot of, Karine, is that, generally if you live in the Bronx, you go to Westchester or upstate, and if you lived in Brooklyn, Queens, you go to Long Island or Staten Island, right?
That's
Okay,
true.
so that's what ended up happening to me.
Right.
So today, I'm married for 5 years. My beautiful bride, Zulia, we actually worked together. We met at the place of work, just like my parents, actually. They met when they were working together. So the way I was able to get by not speaking Spanish is my wife speaks Spanish.
Okay. There goes.
So that helped out a lot. We're expecting our first beautiful baby girl in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that.
Congratulations, Mervyn.
Thank you.
Exciting. Good.
Thank you. So, we have a lot to be blessed and thankful for. And like I said, I appreciate the opportunity today. So let's
Yeah.
let's talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the one thing you'll have to do is talk to us in layman's terms because even your bio went over my head, right?
Not a problem.
So, and you did talk about the fact that you grew up in the Bronx.
Yes.
And so what triggered your interest, you would say, in finance and accounting?
Well, growing up, I believe it or not, I always loved numbers. I remember in class, in the math class, or just the general class, and my teachers used to have these games. One of the games I do remember was a game called 24, and you had to come up with the number 24, right? Whether it's multiplication, division, subtraction, addition, and I was always topping that. So I actually was studying. I went to Iona College, which literally is now 10 minutes down the road from my office, and which is I was going to be a computer science major. I figure, I like computers, but after a year and a half, decided I didn't want to do that. And so I went to the department and they said, "What do you like?" I said, "I like numbers." Okay. They said, well, you have three choices. You could become a math teacher. I said, okay, that's a possibility. Accountant. All right. Explain that to me more. And after hearing that, to be honest with you, I was like, no. And then they said finance. Okay, what is that? And they started talking about money and investing. And I was like, well, me and money are like this. So let's talk about it more. So that piqued my interest in taking the course and learning about business and finance. But to be honest with you, when I got actually involved in the actual industry working. And to be honest with you, that's how it normally is. You go to school to get the degree, to get some kind of education, but you really don't actually apply or really learn what you're doing until you get to into your career or into your industry. So when I got started, I love the concepts that we share with people and the huge impact that we make. And what really did it for me, Kareem, was when I first got started sitting down with my family. My family comes not successful, but middle income, own a home, family of 4, 5, 6. Okay, between my aunts and my uncles, and they didn't understand a lot of the principle about money. Okay, and what I find a lot is, especially those who come from the Caribbean, we do save money. Okay,
Right.
but what I also find is a lot of banks back in their countries gave a lot of high interest. So we think the same concept when we come to America, but it doesn't work that way. Okay. And so I had to teach them about investing and how it works and how to take advantage of your 401k and why you want to do this and why you want to do that. So I said to myself, man, if they don't know this information, okay, and they're considered quote unquote successful in life, how many other people don't know this information? And even being here 18 years with technology like YouTube, Instagram, and Google, people still today don't understand how money works. Okay, so that I'm very passionate about how we help people in a positive way financially.
Wow. That's a lot, but I do understand the passion.
Mhm.
And obviously you feeling that providing that service because the need is there,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So essentially this is you in your early 20s. Yes?
yes,
Early
correct.
20s. How did you figure out where your niche was or where you should focus your what audience you chose to focus on? And
I wouldn't say I chose. A lot of times in this kind of work, you generally work in the area that you know. You start and feel comfortable in your ethnicity. And to this day, majority of my clients are from the Caribbean.
mm,
African America, I do have Hispanics, I do have Caucasian and Asian, but majority is from the Caribbean. Okay, and I was able to work my business through word of mouth. Okay, word of mouth. People love the service that we do, and they just recommend other coworkers, families, and friends. And we've been able to help them over the years doing that.
right, was it difficult starting out because I hear a word there that is not a strong point of
Uh-huh.
mine.
Well,
Sales, connectivity. I mean, networking is one thing, Mervyn, but you have to sell people. You have to sit down with them at a coffee shop, find them at their homes. How was that experience? Or how was that? How was it building that
well,
opportunity?
whenever you trying anything new, it could be nerve-wracking. It doesn't matter if it's doing this or something that you're passionate about. You got to start from scratch. Okay, and it can be challenging, but if you don't give up and your heart's in the right place and you're educating people, people will hear you out. Right. If a lot of times, I start off in my 20s and then I have people work with me in their 20s, are they going to listen to me? Right? Who wants to listen to a kid? Okay. But if you're providing value, okay, doesn't matter what your age are. Okay. Kareem, because think about it. They paid Tiger Woods millions of dollars when he was golfing in his 20s. Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Of course.
Why? Because he provided value and he had the skill set to do what he was doing. So that's why they paid him. So if we could provide value to the marketplace, which is, and what I do is education. It doesn't matter what your age is. People will listen. You just have to go out there and talk to people, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. I want to go back to what you mentioned about
Mhm.
the audience or ethnicity
Mhm.
of your clients.
Mhm.
Back to West Indians.
Mhm.
How is it you're able to then convince people with actually any group of people who are already set in their way to listen to you change their money ethics, so to speak?
Well, you do it one step at a time. I think as human beings, it's not more what we can gain, is what we lose. And if people understand how money works in compound interest, which according to Albert Einstein is the most powerful force in the universe, unfortunately, we all know compound interest, but we know it in the form of debt, right? We charge a credit card and we make the minimum payment and it takes us 5, 10 years to pay it off.
Yeah.
We buy a house for, let's say, 100,000. I know you can't get a garage in the tri-state area for 100,000, but if you purchase a home for 100,000, you generally pay 2.5, 3 times. That's compound interest working against us. Compound interest working in terms of money is doing the reverse, but now we're investing it. So I show people how, the benefits tax wise, right, and accumulation, how this is going to benefit them. At the end of the day, you show numbers. The numbers don't lie. Past performance doesn't guarantee the future, but it's a good indication of what the potential opportunity is there.
Gotcha. So you're in your 20s now. So by the time you're in your early 30s, we won't talk a lot about the age, right? But you as you progress from one particular stage now in the earlier part of your career, you're starting to grow. What what particular company have you worked with or decided to work with to continue to experience they all grow in your particular choice?
Okay, so I interned before the company I'm at right now. I interned to be a stockbroker with Smith Barney. Um, at one point, they were a major company under Citigroup, and after interning for about the semester, I decided this is not what I want to do. Okay, I really didn't like it, to be honest with you, and I got called into this. I'm with Primerica. I own and operate my own Primerica business. I've been at the same company for 18 years. Why Primerica? Because nobody does what we do, or which is pretty much helping middle to upper middle income families. Okay. And knowing the industry, because I went to school for it, I interned to be a stockbroker. I used to work at a mortgage company in the back end office. So I know people throughout the industry. Okay. If you don't have a certain amount of assets, okay, the banks and certain companies are not going to talk to you. Okay. If you don't make a certain amount of income, they look down on you. So
Wow.
one of the things we like to say in Primerica is we'll help someone as little as $25 a month or $25 million. And we have the resources and the tools to do that. So, you mentioned that we have $33 million in assets under management. Now, if you talk to someone in a bank or someone at Wall Street, they're like, that's nothing. But if you look at our clients are people that make anywhere from 25,000 a year to 250,000. Those people on Wall Street, they're dealing with people that make seven figures, high six figures, seven figures.
Right.
So for the type of business that we built over the years, I'm very proud of it. There's more to come. But I get excited, Kareem, when my clients look me in the eye and say, if it wasn't for you setting up this college account, I don't know what I'll be able to do for my children's tuition. I've retired some clients. They're now taking money from the accounts that we helped them start 10, 15 years ago. Okay, so I'm very passionate about that. Now, the other side of what we do is we do life insurance. Okay, and I've paid some death claims. Okay, it's not a comfortable feeling, but that amount that that we presented to that family in the time of need made a huge impact. See, we can't replace someone financially. I mean, excuse me, emotionally, but we can replace their income financially. So that's what we've been able to do.
Right. Well, you have a long history of serving people, obviously because of your passion. So
Yeah.
what do you envision for the business 10 years out, 5, 10 years out, given the success that you speak to now?
Well, we have this one office. We actually just expanded a small satellite office in Connecticut, okay, in the Danbury area. We have over 150 licensed agents that have an insurance license. We have 24 people that have an investment license. Currently, we are on pace to this year alone to have 300 insurance license reps and 60 investment license reps working with us. And in 10 years, I see us having 5,000 representatives, um, thousands of people having investment licenses, offices throughout the US, and also expanding into Canada. We actually have a representative on our organization in Canada, which is phenomenal. Okay, so, we are changing people's lives. Okay, and the way we're going to do that is by growing overall, educating people, growing our assets under management, helping more families with life insurance. So that's the vision. Okay,
Right.
I want to change the aspect of people's lives financially.
Really, really ambitious.
Hmm.
But you have the record to show that you're capable. Right, Marvin?
Yes, yes, thank
Listen, I kind of want to talk a bit about young people,
you. Hmm.
younger people, because we know you're young as well. Younger people, how do you spark their interest? What do you do to fuel their thoughts on planning for their future? No.
Going back to, something to lose, if you show them as, hey, if you put away 20, okay. So if you put $25 a month away in 10 years, say someone is 18, 19, 20 years old, when you're 28, 30, you put that $25 a month away in the bank, that's $3,000. But if you invested it, it could potentially be $10,000 or more. Okay.
Right.
Then we show them 20 years, then we show them 30 years. Listen, I know you can't think that far.
Mm-hmm.
You put this thing on automatic, that's how you build wealth.
Right.
That's how you're able to do that. So we show them just like a calculator, something real quick,
Mm.
on how they can do that over time.
Right. And you have to find them where they are. Where do you find young people to inform or to advise on their financial
Well,
prospects?
well, because we have a ton of clients, can you talk to my children? Can you talk to my grandchild? Can you talk to
Okay.
my niece and nephew?
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's how we'll come across and meet them. Or if we meet them through just a general out and about conversation, then we can discuss it at that matter. Yeah.
Do you do seminars?
Yes, we do one quarterly, and we've done great topics. Every January, we do a retirement IRA workshop for individuals and business owners. We also once a year do one geared just for women in finance. We also do one on college savings and custodial accounts. And then we'll just have one in between about, let's say, life insurance and wills and preparation for the future.
Right. And so obviously you're able to share the cost because every cost will be different based on needs, obviously. Everybody's needs are different.
Yeah.
So you share that information on your platform when you do your seminars and your outreach, etc. Yeah?
Yes, yes, correct, correct. So there's no cost to come to the webinar. The companies that we do business through, they compensate us. That's how it works throughout the industry. Whether you go to a bank or down on Wall Street, it's just, once again, is the bank or Wall Street going to talk to you? I don't want to mention companies' names, but there's certain banks. If you don't have $50,000, they're not going to talk to you.
Right.
Okay? Companies with the bull logo, if you don't have a $500,000, they're not going to talk to you. Okay,
Right.
you get a 1-800 number. And I know a lot of people like apps and things like that, as quick as easy. We've been riding a up market for over 12 years. All right. There's going to come a point where it's going to slow up for a good period of time. History has shown it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do and who are we going to turn to? Okay. When that happens. Because the 1-800 number, you can't look eyeball to eyeball. The 1-800 number is not licensed to answer your questions. So I read a statistic that if you have a financial advisor, if you give me 1 second, this is powerful. Okay. If you have a financial advisor, okay, the statistic is that, the amount of wealth that you can gain, check this out. No
Mm-hmm.
financial advisor, as of 2020, Northwestern put this out. No financial advisor, okay, you can have $1.5 million. If you work with a financial advisor, you have 3.1 million. So a lot of times people concern themselves with costs, but you're costing yourself
To not align with.
millions of dollars.
Right.
Yeah.
So that read that for me again. It was, what was it, 1.5 without the advisor?
1.5 without an advisor, with an advisor, 3.1 million.
Okay.
See, we think about costs, but I like to ask somebody, do you do your own hair? Do you do your own nails?
Right.
You have a doctor or dentist, you have an accountant, right? Why don't you think it's by law important for you to have an investment advisor?
It's a different headspace, Marvin. You know
Correct.
that. And that's one of the reasons I talk about layman's terms, especially for younger people.
Yes.
As you can see, there's an excitement in terms of the crypto space.
Yes.
There are quite a number of young people who have ventured in that particular space because of the potential for returns.
Yes.
How do you compete? How do you upsell what your products can offer young people, anyone, as opposed to what the crypto world is?
Well, we live in a world of instant gratification. Think about it. It's called Instagram, not delayed gram.
Right.
Right? We all want things fast pace. But if we look over the period of time, the principles of discipline, diversification, dollar cost averaging, that's how you build wealth. I think cryptocurrency is great. I think trading is great. Okay. But you still need the common fundamentals in addition to doing those things. And I follow traders, and some of them I've learned stuff personally. Okay. But a lot of them, why I follow them, they practice the same principles. You need to have an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months. You need an account if you want to purchase something in 3 to 10 years. You need a wealth building account for retirement. Once you have those certain things in place, okay, and you're contributing and doing those, then let's look at other avenues that we can gain wealth, okay, that can help us satisfy that hunger to make instant gratification. That's how I would address that. So do it. I'm all for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take care of this first. Let's take care of this first, or let's take care of this first while you're doing that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, it's quite a vast area that you cover
Mhm.
in terms of the services you provide. Would you say you have a particular preference in terms of your offerings? Or your thing is, this is the bucket I come with? You can offer me something for any aspect of my life out of that bucket. Is that what you proffer most times?
It depends. We run a needs-based business. Everybody's needs is different. We help people in 9 different ways when it comes to money. And
9.
yep. And investing is a majority of it. Insurance. Now we're in the mortgage business. Okay. It's coming to New York, New Jersey. It is available in Connecticut, and 20 plus other states throughout the country, and other services here and there. But what we do, Karina, is if we were, you talk about layman's terms, is we want to make sure people's financial house is in order. Like if you build a house, where would you start? The top or the bottom?
We know you start at the bottom, right?
The bottom, right? Why you start at the bottom?
Because you want to get to the top. You can't get to the top without starting at the bottom.
Exactly. Drake said it as well, right? So you want to start from the bottom, okay? Because that's the foundation, okay? And the foundation is our income, and our income gives us the ability to take care of ourselves, but also take care of our loved ones if we have people that depend on us. So if you have people who depend on you financially, step one, which is a necessary evil in someone's period in their life, is you need life insurance. Okay. You need life insurance. And then once you have that foundation protected, listen, you can get life insurance at less than the cost of your monthly cell phone bill. Okay. Life insurance could be a third, if not a quarter of your cable bill. Okay. So you want to make sure that foundation is protected. And then the 3 buckets, like we talk about, have a budget plan. Okay. A will, And if you want to start something for your kids so they can get off to a head start. Now, a lot of times when people hear that, they think, oh, I'm not going to have any fun if I'm going to be budgeting my money and saving my money. No, you can have it all. Okay. Right. I'm very big fan of, some of my clients, they get their tax return. Should I put all this? No. When's the last time you had a vacation? That's one question. When's the last time you had a vacation? Where's somewhere you want to go? So let's put some money away for emergency. If we have some debt, let's put some money away for debt and let's take that trip. You deserve it. Okay. I'm all about work hard, play hard. Why not?
Yeah, and it's so funny. I was going to ask the next question I was going to ask is about your ability to balance, but balance your work-life balance. How does that look? What does that look like for Mervyn and his family? How you balance? Because I notice you are available literally 24/7, Mervyn. I mean, how do you balance?
I'm available in the time blocks that we say we're available.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we can control our schedule. That's one of the benefits when you work for yourself. You could be available when you need to be. Like I have someone I know who's a dentist. He works 3 days out of the week. Why do you do that? Because I own another business. So he controls his schedule. We do the same thing here. And those of you who want to get into an entrepreneurial world, there's going to come a time, if nobody hasn't told you, I know we all want that balance, Kareem, but there's going to come a point in your time where you need to live a life of unbalance. Okay. Where you're going to be working hard in whatever endeavor you're doing so you can have freedom later. Freedom comes with responsibility, but you got to pay those, you got to sow those seeds, you got to pay those dividends, right? Okay. And so in so you can get the results that you want.
And you're especially targeting that comment that the younger audience.
Yes. All generations, right? Because we have some people that work with us a little seasoned in age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they're thinking, most people are young and they have some success, but then they don't see long term. Well,
Right.
I think Colonel Sanders started KFC in his 60s.
Yeah.
Ray Kroc founded, helped start McDonald's, you could say, expand. I know he didn't, actually came up with the idea. But I think he was in his 50s. Okay. So it doesn't matter where you are in your life, just start. Just start. It's going to be so worth it.
I like that advice. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter where you are in your life, just start.
Just start.
We have to give some credit to you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
that that quote. And so maybe this is a good time to ask you to share how somebody could get in touch with you and your contact information.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Hold on one second.
Okay, so you'll share it with us on screen.
Can
So
you
we can catch you via Facebook, LinkedIn,
Yeah.
IG.
Instagram, that's my office phone number. That's our website, right? Okay. Get a little information on our website, and then they'll take you to a portal if you like to schedule a time for us to discuss. Possibly becoming a client, get an education, be invited down to one of our webinars. I have two aspects of our business, Kareem. One is the client aspect, and the other side is our entrepreneur opportunity. Okay. One of the great things that if you work with me, you can start on a part-time basis. You can stay part-time if you're passionate about what you do. But, statistics shows that 75% of the people in America, no matter what their income is, lives paycheck to paycheck. So I can show you a way how to get a strong income part-time. And if you fall in love with the opportunity, I can show you how to have your own business like we've done for ourselves. We've been able to now, my wife hasn't worked a job over 10 years, so we've been doing this thing together for that time. Okay, it's great. We have breakfast together, we have lunch together. Of course, we have dinner together. We're able to travel together. We brainstorm. Why not? I know somebody might be on here saying, "Man, I couldn't be with my spouse that much."
You said it, we didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
marry
But
them. Why not? Right.
I
So
get it. I get it. So it's obviously worked for you. And you're suggesting that it's an opportunity for others should they have spare time.
absolutely, the financial industry has created the most millionaires ever. That's a fact.
Right.
You can Google that, and those of my Gen Zs and millennials on there, that's all over social media. I've seen interviews like this. It's thousands of people have said it.
Right.
Okay, it's not just the money; it's the lifestyle and the freedom you could have. Okay, good people do great things with money. Bad people do worse things with money. Okay, if you know you're a good person, your heart's always in the right place. You're gonna do great things once you attract and obtain wealth in your life.
Right. Right. And so this is your website, the livemore.net?
Yes, they could contact me there. I have another website, but that would be the easiest way if they need to contact me.
Yeah.
They could go through that. It'll take them to my calendar, and then they could set up a time if they want to contact me at the office, or if they want to DM me or connect with me on LinkedIn. They can definitely do that.
Right. Listen, Marvin, you have been so informative in your presentation. I really, really appreciate you. And I trust that anybody in earshot of this exchange would really garner the extent of the benefit from what you provide as a service and your ability to deliver on on what your company offers. I'm so impressed and so proud of you.
Thank
And
you so much.
I'm happy that on a day like this, during Black History, we've chosen to speak with somebody like you who can bring a wealth of information to us, to benefit some soul and maybe even more than that. Um, so, I mean, one of the fun facts about you told us about is the fact that you are a soon to be dad, first time, probably through the roof excited.
Absolutely.
What exciting other thing you would like to share with us before we jump off?
Okay. About myself?
Yeah, well, anything that related to Marvin and his business, his family. A fun fact that you've never shared. Well, you haven't shared with me.
Um, Well, I'm into sports. Of course, I'll be checking out the Super Bowl. But I'm a diehard sports fan. Through my wife, I've appreciated traveling. Prior to the pandemic, we travel about 4, 6 times out of the year. Which is about quarterly. Soon, we're gonna take that up to double digits per year. And I love helping people. I love making an impact and teaching people that concept. More about myself. I don't give up. Okay, that's one of the keys. Even when it gets tough, if you believe in something, don't quit. Seek out information. Don't act like you know everything. Okay, be humble. Right, even if you get to a place of success, always be humble. Okay, because the elevator can rise to the top, but if don't treat people right on the way up, when you go back down, there's going to be no one there for you. So always have humility. Okay, I will say that to you.
That that is awesome advice. You gave us even more than we asked for. Really good takeaway, Marvin. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, with your expertise, and with your excitement about helping people. I think that's one of the things that we hope that this platform provides for others, the ability to hear from individuals who are, I call you a change maker. You're a change maker in your particular field. And the objective is to share what your information and share how you could change lives, make a difference. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Marvin. It was a
Thank you for having
pleasure.
me.
And good luck in your business. Good luck with all your pursuits. Hopefully, we could check back some other time.
Oh, most definitely.
Right.
This was the appetizer.
This was the opportunity. You did a great job. Thanks so much for having us.
All
Thanks
right.
for joining us on Platform and Possibilities. See you next time.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.